Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Yep. Make sure that I can see what I'm doing. What's going to happen is the boss will eventually cast Mass Distortion, and that's my cue to leave. That's when you taunt Murdoch, and then I'm going to Blade Blitz over to here, and ideally I drop my Mass Distortion right here. I pick up my replacement power cell from here, which is why we had to leave this one open, and I come back in.
Where am I tanking?
So you're going to want to be probably roughly about here is where I usually set up. Okay. As long as you're not cleaving the group, it doesn't matter too much in this stage. So what we have to do here is whenever we taunt the boss, he's going to do an ability called Reflexive Slice. So if, when Murdoch taunts him, he will turn towards Murdoch, and he will do a massive red cleave. This will do no damage to Murdoch, because Murdoch's a primary target. Everybody else, it will basically one-shot. So if you are ever stacked with a tank, or when we're doing a tank swap, you can't be where the new tank is, because he will always, when taunted, do Reflexive Slice. Won't do anything to the person taunting him, but it'll slap anybody else. Murdoch, you and I can abuse this whenever we need to just not take damage for a second. We can taunt, and his next ability will do no damage to us, because it'll always be a Reflexive Slice. The big damage that you want to DCD whenever you can is Energized Slice. That is also a big cleave, but that will hurt us. We want to take as many of those with cooldowns as we can. So that's
hold on real quick.
We have two PTs this time around, but we should.
Yeah, we have two PTs for.
Instead of one, like in the other team, I'm the only PT.
Yeah. But yeah, so it can be rebounded. You should be taking rebounders. If you time it perfectly, if you throw your rebounder out at the very last second of the Energized Slice channel, if there's a tank swap in there, the second rebounder on the second tank will still be active, but it has to be real tight. But yeah, so that. Anywho, so I dash out to here. I drop my Mass Distortion puddle. Murdoch is just face tanking right here. In an ideal world, we will push him before Murdoch gets Mass Distortion. If that doesn't happen, Murdoch, just drop your Mass Distortion here and then step out of it. Okay. Either way, when we either push him or Murdoch gets Mass Distortion, I take him back and come back in. That is the end of Sequence 1. That's the first third of Phase 1.
Am I getting a recharge when you take him?
No. You'll pick up your recharge later in the fight. Okay. You get your first recharge in Sequence 3, which we're not going to see. Okay. So as we come out of Sequence 1, so he jumps back to the middle, he redoes seeding the field, and we have to break his shield again just like before. Whoever's holding the candle at that point, which in an ideal world will be Nom. In practice, my team hasn't gotten it that slow yet. Like we've usually been on either DPS 1 or DPS 2. But once it comes down and we get it smoothed out, it should be Healer 2, which is currently Nom. You are going to have to be looking left and right, because we are going to go either straight towards Heal Marker or towards DPS Marker. Oh, wait, I got myself turned around. Hang on. Yes, it is. Heal Marker. Right? Yeah.
This is entrance over here.
Where are we? Yeah. Entrance.
North is entrance.
Yep. No, that's exit.
Oh, yeah. All right. Then south is entrance.
Yeah. Nope. It's east-west. Yeah, east-west. Sorry, I got myself all turned around. So yeah, it's Heal Marker and DPS Marker. This is going to be a prog point for me because I'm bad with directions, but we'll make it work. So Nom or whoever has the candle at that point, you need to call out one of those two directions. So Heal Marker is entrance, DPS Marker is exit. You can call them ledge or not ledge or east-west, whatever works. One of those is going to have pins and mines and shit on it that I don't want to run through. So you have to tell me to go the other way. So if there's a cluster of mines on heal marker, you send me towards DPS marker, and vice versa. Because I can't see any of that, I'm having to make that run blind. I will take the boss and run over here. Boss will walk up to me, and then he will do an energized slice. As soon as that energized slice is complete, everybody needs to run through the boss and stack on me.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
So I'm just going to notice for you, Wild, if you notice at heal marker, there is no stairs. On tank marker, there are stairs. So instead of calling east-west, you can call it stairs, no stairs.
Okay, thank you.
Does that help you?
The thing I look at is the platform above where there's no stairs. So.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
No stairs.
So I can say go to entrance, and you
can say platform or no platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make it easier for you to call Wild, or for it to get called for you. Please continue.
Yeah. Anything. So east and west, I will be the hardest for me. Anything that's based on a physical feature of the room, I will be totally fine with.
Okay.
Yeah, I get turned around a lot in this room.
What's the candle order? Is it on top to bottom, or?
So if you look at the frames, it's me, Murdoch, and then currently it's set to be MEU. We may swap that up if you two want to swap. And then it's DPS from Zia through Cody. And then by the end of that phase, by the time we make it through all that, we're going to be into phase 2. And from phase 2 onward, candle order is much more fluid. It's about who's available and who has a power cell, and we'll worry about that when we get there. For phase 1, we have 8 casts of the candle. We shouldn't need all of those to get through phase 1, so let's leave it at that for now. Anywho, so you call entrance or exit, and then I run over here with the boss taunted on me. He's going to walk up to me. He's going to cast Energized Slice. As soon as he does that, everybody has to run up and stack on me, because the next thing he's going to do is he's going to cast Mass Distortion on me. While that is being cast, Murdoch is going to taunt him. So then he's going to flip 180 degrees and do that reflexive slice that I was talking about earlier, and you need to be stacked with me so that that doesn't global you. He is then going to run all the way across the room over to here, where Murdoch is going to have set himself up, and you guys are just going to follow him across, DPSing the whole way, and that is going to be far enough for here. I would have to review the video to double check the pathing after that, but basically shortly around when he gets to Murdoch, we need to be pushing into the third portion of phase 1. The other thing you need to know is while this entire thing is going on, he's got a shield around him. If you are outside that shield, your damage will be reflected. You won't hurt him, you'll just be shooting yourself in the face. However, if you are inside the shield, you are going to be taking continual stacks of a bleed. You get, and it'll just stack and stack and stack the longer you're in there. That is the main source of damage on DPS in this phase. So what you want to do, generally speaking, is the first half where he's just stationary in the middle. Just let it rip. You should build to roughly let it build to about 4 stacks or so, and then DCD, and then just use DCDs to get through it and power through. When we push the phase and he jumps to the middle to do reseeding, we'll all have a chance to drop stacks there.
If you exit the circle, does it drop your stacks, kind of like Malphar does, or?
Yes, yeah, you got to stay out for a second to let them drop.
And
yes.
Healers, you don't really need to be in there as well.
Yes, healers, because you're not damaging the boss, you don't need to stand inside that shield, so you don't need to be taking that damage at all.
If I step in, throw my Electronet and step out, when Electronet ticks and I'm outside, does it register when it was applied or when it ticks?
No, it'll reflect. I'm almost positive it will.
I have no
I know
idea.
dots reflect when you're not.
Yeah, dots reflect on pyro if you're not inside it.
I defer to the people that know how behavior generally
okay.
is. Yeah. So then, when we go into sort of the second sequence, when he's chasing me down, what you'll want to do is, again, you start off with no stacks because we just reset, and as he's coming this way chasing me, you'll want to, you're following him, you're in the shield building stacks. Then when Murdoch taunts him and you run through, after he leaves me, don't go straight back to him right away. What you'll want to do is just hang out with me for a sec. Like, you won't be right on top of me because I'm going to be dropping a puddle of ouchie, but hang out in this area outside the shield to drop your stacks, and then dive in and re-engage. Oh, and fuck, Murdoch, I told you the wrong place to be to taunt him. I'm sorry.
Which time? First or second time?
Second time. So for the second time,
okay, so you're, let's say you're here at no stairs.
Yep. So
or at stairs, excuse me.
Yep. You want to be roughly there.
When I taunt?
Yes. So you might have to edge a little bit closer, but basically there's going to be all sorts of shit in the middle that you don't want to be standing in. But you want to be kind of just outside the shit at 30 meters so you can throw that taunt off. And then you just, from your taunt, you run straight into here. And this is where you stand to hold them. I got myself confused with the sequencing of later in the fight.
Okay.
And then it's symmetrical, so either way I go, if you're looking back towards where I'm holding the boss.
Yeah.
All right. That's a whole lot. I think that's enough for us to be starting on with. Does anybody have any questions about that?
How were baby computers born?
Zia orders parts and puts them together.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
They do. Speaking of which, Zia, do you need help with that? That I need to fly out there?
You won't need to fly out here. I've got a buddy coming in on Wednesday to help me put it together.
Okay.
Also, Zio, I'll get the first reminder because I kind of know when it's coming.
For Energized Slice, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Bye, Magic.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, AFK or something? Idle?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Emmy to have it happen to her.
I was going through. We finished the draft. I was going through everyone's team.
Oh, nice.
Magic started a second draft. That's what he did.
I thought about it.
That's why we cleared. Is Magic's just like, I can't let this shit fuck up my draft.
I thought it did, but
Another thing to think about from that clear, we got pretty lucky on the fact that the easiest one, well, it was left every time, basically. But the color was almost always the correct color, so very few people had stacks. So, like, for the most part, we could be, like, if we were red, we got the red beams first, and then the bosses switched, and then we had to go through the blue beams, so we had to switch, so there was very little switching that we had to do.
Also,
made it a lot easier on heals.
I had a full 100 stacks from, like, the second phase of Wipers on. I had useless cooldowns, or useless cooldown.
But I wasn't useless, so...
No, that was great. It was great. You and Nam were able to heal. It was fantastic.
Wait, you had a useless cooldown? Like what? Your med pack?
I mean, it wasn't useless, but Overcharged Saber not healing
Yeah, I'm like...
actually pretty big.
Then you just have Energy Shield at home.
Yeah, exactly.
So is the candle order a circle? Or frames, or?
So for phase one, it's, left frame, then right frame, me, Murdoch, you, Nam, and then the DPS. Once we get all the way through that, we will be out of phase one, and it will be whoever is on hand to do them. Because in Conduit's phase, it's going to be, Murdoch and I are doing the first couple, and because of the snipes, and then, we'll have to reveal the Healy droids, and then once we're in turret phase, it's whoever's available and near the boss, so it gets much more fluid.
Okay. Is there a particular battery you want me to pick up? Because there's one person at everything already.
Any of them except Nom's. That's the only one that we can't double up on.
Okay.
Emmy, how do you want to do shells? Like top 4, bottom 4? Or you want to do columns even though we're on the same?
We can do top 4, bottom 4. I'm on top, so I'll do top 4. That way, keep it in my head.
She gets both tanks. All right.
Ready to check out?
1 second. Let me rearrange my frames.
Actually,
Also, yeah, it's not going to matter right now, but for turret phase, having that utility that reduces your carbonize is useful.
I'll put it on now just so I get used to it.
It'll be months before we see turrets, but just
I want to get used to not having 6-stack thermal yield.
I
we just changed the DPS again.
Yeah, I just cycled the DPS so that they match on how they are on my team, just for sake of consistency.
Are you done messing with it?
Yes.
That's all I care about.
I wanted
Cody, click your shell off.
Say again, Murdoch. Sorry.
I wanted Cody at the bottom.
Oh.
I'm at the
because he
bottom
doesn't
on
have
the
a
other team.
mic. Yeah.
He doesn't have a mic to pass it.
That's fair then. Your call. If you want that more than you want Brandon and Magic and.
No, it's too slow. That's why we said we might need you to be speaking in the hut, and we told you this for months.
Yep,
So,
especially when we get to turrets phase and burn. How the candle is handled is you use suppression burst. You ask who has a power cell and isn't on cooldown. Somebody speaks up, and that's who's doing it next, and that's who you pass the candle to.
Yeah. So for right now, you're fine, but once that phase happens, you just need to talk. There's no ways around that, unfortunately.
All right. Ready to check out? Green board. Pulling in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of Shadow. Stand down.
So you guys should have already grabbed your power cells and be coming in. Murdoch, make sure you stand where I can pass to you. Passing candle.
Now I need to suppression burst behind you.
Yeah, so if you look at it, you'll see the suppression burst buff when that's about to wear off is when you burst. So now.
Oh, I already did it.
Oh, well then you need to pass to the next person, and Emmy should be suppression bursting now. And this really hurts.
Do it.
Distortion, so that's your cue to taunt Murdoch.
Ooh, I think I got. Oh, that might have been too late. Damn.
I can't move right now. Alright, I'm gonna try and...
Just
so we can like see farther, or it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, that energized slide, you literally have like a second and a half to hit it. It's really fast.
Yep. Yeah, so make sure, with the candle, everyone, as soon as they use it, should be passing it on so that the person that's gonna use it next has time to get set up and figure out. Do not use it as soon as you get it. That works in hard mode because, again, you've got unlimited charges and you can just cycle through people.
Yes.
Here, we need to be stretching each one out as long as we can.
So I'm gonna switch to PT because I am objectively better on Burke than I am on Lyokos.
Okay.
Number one. I mean, Lyokos, I will probably play Lyokos when we get closer to killing it, simply because I am good with Lyokos, but just not learning the fight. I feel like PT for me is more forgiving learning the fight.
Yep.
Because I feel like the natural DR it has is better for my style.
Yep.
Also, it feels so nice to just be looking at different things.
Yeah, I will say, obviously I haven't cleared this fight. I'm not an expert in it, and you're better at both PT and Sin than I am, but I think that in a absolute hyper optimized way, I think Sin is better for this fight than PT, but I think skill differential in being better at PT can more than make up for it. They're pretty close.
Like I said, I just feel more skilled in this, and like learning the fight, I think it just makes more sense for me to be on the thing that I'm best at.
Yep. This is
which would be Guardian.
Yeah, I don't say this often. Guardian is objectively the worst tank for this fight.
Everyone should leave the instance and come back. You're missing a raid buff.
We're not going to live long enough for it to matter, Brandon.
We have an hour doing this. That's an hour of.
I'm not. You should, Brandon.
But I'm Ops Lieutenant. See ya.
Yeah.
And Majik.
Yeah, if you want to leave instance after this pull, we can. But we've just done the run back. We shouldn't do it right now.
I'm looking for damage that Nahut does. I'm not seeing a lot of damage that Nahut does. There we go. Internal.
Unmitigated energized slice will knock 75% of your health off.
I'm just looking because I want to know what, like, on my Sin, what cooldowns are what. It looks like it's mostly just Shroud. Alright, where am I going here?
Oh. Green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of Shadow, stand down. Mortals, let us play a game.
Passing to Murdoch.
I'm looking for the distortion buff. I don't know where is it.
Suppression burst is on his buff bar. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds.
Let me tear into you.
You should be able to pass to me.
Mass distortion.
Ow. As healers, we need to try to get out of that so we're not taking that tick.
Alright, that's pushed to the middle.
Emmy's dead with the candle.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did not see the buff. The boof.
Here, select him right now. You see suppression burst on his buff bar?
I see it on the. Oh, okay.
It's purple or pink.
I'm colorblind.
The user
the
also
one that
gets the
ticks down.
debuff, and it's the same time.
That'll help. Thank you, Magic.
I did not know.
Yeah, I always just watch the person, not the boss, because I'm never on the boss.
Yeah, I have big debuff, so I usually watch that too. It looked like awe.
Oh! I think my wife just left, and I don't know where she went.
Magics.
You know, I was gonna say that, but it was super disrespectful.
You went over just to, can't friends just hang out?
Yeah, Mr. Steal Your Girl and my girl can't just hang out.
No.
Can't you just take your best friend's wife to a movie?
Hey, where'd you go?
To get food.
What are you getting? All right, love you. Hey. Oh, she said hey as I pressed the button.
Hey, how do you... Because your target frame is stupid and you can't move your buff and debuff bar, how do you make it... Like, I guess the rows or columns?
I don't understand the question.
But my buff bar keeps hiding behind my debuff bar. So, like, sometimes the suppressor will be hiding behind all of...
Make your debuff smaller.
Yeah, you gotta change the scale.
So it works pretty well for me by doing
You can move
4-5
your...
and 4-5. I'm not having any issues looking at both.
Your buff and debuff bar you can move around. It's only your
It's the target one that
your target ones you can't, but your own you can move.
Yeah, and I'm talking for the target, for like your target frame. 45 and 45 at a scale of 1 works just fine for me. I'm able to see all his debuffs.
Ready to check out?
Hang on. I'm ready.
I'm good.
All right. Clicking in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of shadow, stand down. Mortals.
Also, tanks, you should be like 8 meters close to the boss so you actually get rebounders as well. Just FYI.
Passing to Murdoch.
Did not get.
Oh,
Boss
then
has
the
it.
boss has it. Lovely.
He has a really big reach, so it's a problem.
So Zia has the candle.
Yeah, you gotta...
You gotta use it.
Just send me.
Suck that.
That was great. Stop to use the candle. Can't wait.
Yep.
As soon as I saw Spike going out, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna click Hydros because it's definitely going at me. And I didn't hit Hydros, and I just got thrown. I'm like,
Yep.
wow, that hurt.
Yeah, Spike is bad.
Good.
I didn't feel great.
So I am using cooldowns. We'll say, and I am getting my shit pasted.
So
It's
that's
probably energized sliced.
you may be getting cleaved. I didn't see exactly where you were on that one, obviously, because
No, I mean when I first take him.
Took the boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Every time I'm just getting my shit kicked in.
yes, he do that.
Okay.
So
If he's in stealth, he does more damage. And he just does a lot of damage in this phase, so the faster you get out, the better.
yep. He does. He
I
just
gotta
does a
get
lot.
out of what?
So he just even his autos do a whole bunch of damage. You should never be holding him for more than like 2 or 3 autos without a major cooldown popped. That's part of what makes burn challenging, is you gotta have enough cooldowns for that. But for most of the fight, we should only be face tanking him for, a few seconds at a time. There's a lot of moving him around, and we have to eat one energized slice, and then we walk him around some more.
Okay.
So
So let's go over this first part then. So
Okay.
I'm taking him after your mass distortion, and I'm face tanking him.
Yep.
Trying to face tank him here-ish.
yes, and as soon as you taunt, he's gonna do an reflexive slice at you, which will do no damage.
Yeah. And then
as-
I see that casting, I'm popping energy yield for what's it called?
Yeah. So
Emergency power.
So I wouldn't pop EP there. What you're gonna want to use EP for is energized slice, not reflexive slice.
So EP, if I see it during reflexive slice, it will tick through the energized slice.
Yep.
Well,
but
the very first one, I should be rebounding, so you shouldn't even need to use anything.
yeah.
All
So
right.
but yeah, so Zia and or Brandon should be boundarying that one for you. What I do when I'm in that position is as soon as Reflexive Slice ends, I pop Saber Ward. So for you, that would be Riot Gas plus Battle Focus.
Yeah.
And then that lasts me. I usually have to pop Warding Call plus Focus Defense towards the end of that, and that gets me into the end of that phase.
Okay.
Like it's. I don't have much left. It's very intensive.
Yep, that's fine. I just needed to make sure.
Yep.
And then when I take the Mass Distortion, I'm taking it in place?
Yes. Again, in an ideal world, we'll push before you get that Mass Distortion. I've never had to pull that good yet, but we're leaving the middle shortly thereafter, so you just, take it in place, and then as soon as it drops, you step out of it, and we move on with life.
Okay. Ready to check out?
All right, green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of Shadow, stand down.
I'll move it.
Let us play a game.
I don't need to see him. I'm not going to be in right now. I don't need to take damage.
Sorry, it's late. Passing to Murdoch.
Let me tear into you.
Oh my. Did you get it off?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. That was my fault.
I got 30 seconds on rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is whatever. Yep. Yeah, so I think you got caught by the Reflexive Slice there, Murdoch.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So just probably best practice there. What I do is, I'm kind of out and back so that Jaxa can toss to me, and then as soon as I receive the candle, just run in and stack with everybody else.
Okay.
That way you're in position to pass to Emmy, no problem. And then at the Mass Distortion cast, you taunt and move out so that the Reflexive on you doesn't clap everybody else.
I heard the
Yeah, I missed a platform.
No.
You killed a kid!
That's bullshit. I was walking in a circle and it stopped.
Boring!
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Is Magic in the room?
No,
coming.
he's
Coming.
at the top of the tower.
I'm here.
All right, ready to check out?
Magic's trying to get his 5th draft of the day done.
No. This walkback's just annoying for trying to text.
Green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
You know what you shouldn't be doing when trying during raid?
Sending dick pics.
Can confirm. So I'm just gonna stay back here,
Perfect.
and then when you throw me something,
Passing to Murdoch.
and now I'm just gonna stand over here. Passing to Emmy.
Distortion. Oh, fuck. I was facing the wrong way.
Passing. Oh. Passing.
Alright, that's push. So whoever has the candle needs to use it and tell me which way to go.
That was not.
I can't tell. I'm so confused right now.
So you weren't the one that was supposed to be doing it there. It was supposed to be Nam. So you know that thing that he said that Nam was supposed to do, which is handle on east and west to see where to go.
Yeah, and like I did pay attention to that, and like
That's what he was talking about.
yeah, and I was still even with knowing what I'm supposed to do, I could not tell which side was which because it looked like there was just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing there, and then everything popped up all at once.
Yep, because
So-
it's the when that's exactly what happens is because he's gonna be doing that seeding the field cast, and it's during that cast that he puts the shit there. So yeah, you watch it, and as soon as the shit pops up, you tell me which way to go.
Okay.
All right. So when the candle is passed, I know that I'm not supposed to suppressive flame whatever as soon as I get it. Who has the buff? Like Emmy, who's passing it to me, has the buff of when it's due to be reapplied.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So basically, when it's at like a second or half a second, I just shoot the boss with it, right?
So it's an AOE, so it'll be a placeable AOE. You just drop it on the ground or on the boss. Yeah.
And how accurate does it need to be? Like, since it's does it need to just like nick the boss, or
It's giant, so basically, if you just double click at the boss area, you're fine.
Yeah, like by default, it goes from like it covers from like heal marker to heal marker. So as long as the boss is inside that, mostly roughly some, it's not.
I think myself, I have to do it over here, but I think the rest of you are just double clicking the boss, right?
Once we get into sequence 3, whichever DPS is doing it, then there's another point where we have to be able to see the ground. Everybody has to see the ground, but we'll worry about that when we get there.
Yeah.
Do you have cut to pieces on? Is that intentional?
I do? Oh. I didn't change it. Or maybe I just changed it right now. This is my S key.
Cody!
Alright. Green board. Pulling in 3, 2, 1.
No, son of Shadow, stand down. Mortals, let us play a game.
Passing to Murdoch.
Let me tear into you.
Mass distortion.
Pass.
Alright, he's pushed.
Acting candle. Reuse the candle now.
Somebody's telling me where to go. Alright, I'm going this way. I
Cody
guess
got
right.
moved up to the top. He can't talk.
Fuck. Yep, that would do it.
That's why I wanted Cody at the bottom.
Yep, that's...
Good reason.
I mean, he's gonna have to pass the candle either way.
But he also, the timing was that he had to say where Wild should go.
So what I'm saying is, right now we're probably about 2 to 3 months out, if we're rating consistently, to where his talking is 100% necessary. Just the one candle stuff, right? We can mitigate that, and I choose to mitigate as much as possible for him. So, you know, happy spouse, happy house. But yeah, he knows that he will have to talk. That is something we've gone over many a times with this raid.
Right. In that case, we should just probably swap.
Right back. My wife is home. Take 5.
Yep, I swapped him with Brandon. So Brandon, you now get to communicate.
And use the candle for the first time.
I don't know what to do.
I'll tell you when we get in there.
I think I get it now. So if you want to throw me at the top, I can.
Yeah, you should have the Z at the top. He's better at mechanics. I'm slightly retarded.
What the fuck you mean slightly?
You still need to know, because until we get good at it, it might land on either one of you.
Is it just look at where the bombs aren't, and then that's the direction you go?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I can
You
figure
have
that
to
out.
wait till the cast goes out, and then they pop up. Until then, they do not pop up until then, which is what really confused the fuck out of me.
We're taking 5. I'm gonna
Say
take a
that
touch.
again?
Don't fall in.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to be like, I don't want to go to work either. Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I'll do it before bed. Hello?
Hello?
Hello there. Ready, check out.
Is this to go?
Yeah.
Can be.
No, it's for here.
Okay.
See, I always hate that. A ready check is successful, is ready to go.
I was making a is your meal here or to go joke.
So the reason I do is just like I ask is because like I don't have my stacks. I am looking at memes on my phone, and so
I'm here, by the way. You're waiting on me.
All right.
if the ready check is green, then I'm ready to go. But like, I don't want to say no and just hold off the entire group.
You can just say,
But you have like 20 seconds at the start of the fight where
Yeah.
nothing happens.
Or you can say ready, but for stacks.
All right. Green board pulling in 3, 2, 1.
Because I'm not shelling people at this point, in case we have like talking time, because we just need to get like holes in.
Candle passed.
moving.
But are you grooving?
Always. Amy?
Passing.
He's in the middle.
Passing Azia.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell us which way we need to go.
Yep.
Not entrance.
Oh, shit.
And we didn't break the channel in time.
I think we were down on DPS for, I think Cody was down.
Yeah, I got him up, but yeah. He was down for a bit.
So before we push him,
Mhm.
that first time, should we be leaving the circle as a DPS, or should we just need to stay
you
in
should
and
stay in the
keep
whole
them?
time. That very first push, you should stay in the whole time.
Yeah. The advice I was given when I had pulls as DPS and what I was able to do is eat the first 4 stacks of the dot raw, and then once you hit 4, start DCDing your way through it. What I did is I would open with AoE DR as soon as I hit 4, and then when AoE DR dropped off, I hit focus defense. And then for the second sequence, which also has opportunities to destack if you need to, I would have AoE DR back. I would have fake health. But yes, you're basically just going to be chaining DCDs whenever you're at high stacks. And
And your thermal yield obviously lasts the whole time, so you should pop that immediately.
Yeah. And so I was popping that as soon as stacks were going out. As soon as I got my first stack.
And then I usually enter a shield around 80% health.
Oh, okay.
But essentially what happens is the longer we last in this phase, the more and more crowded the floor gets, and because we can't see it, the harder and harder it is to navigate. So the whole idea is we want to just absolutely, as soon as that shield breaks the first time, we want to pop everything and do as much damage as possible, so that when we get to the end of this, we're approaching the end of sequence 3, we can push him and get out of this fucking phase before it gets any worse.
Okay.
Yeah, believe it or not, I believe throughout the entire fight, this is the easiest portion of it to put damage on the hut.
You are correct.
Green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
It's also the only part of the fight where all the DPS are on him.
I'm on him.
Burn. Passing to Murdoch.
I mean, you got it.
Distortion.
Oh.
Fuck, I hit a pin.
And then I can go risen.
Once again.
Taking. Nice push, he's in the middle.
Passing Azia.
There's a nail toward the entrance.
Yes, there we go.
Passing to Brandon.
I got.
Energy Slice, DPS stack on me, Mass Distortion.
I'm passing because I can't use.
He literally turned to me and shit on me.
I never got the candle. You must have. I don't know how I was
It got to
standing next to
me.
you.
It says defeated by pin.
That's you stepped on a mine.
Did I pass it to you, Emmy?
Yeah. I got the candle, but I didn't have a power cell, so.
Did Tia die to...
No. No, apparently I just passed it to Emmy. Just stupid, I guess.
You're not stupid, you're big boned.
Huh? Yeah.
I always just click the person in the ops frame. I don't know if you have ops frames up though.
I did. So I must have just clicked on you in the ops frames instead.
Okay.
For some reason or another.
I thought fellow players can still intercept it.
Nope.
Oh.
Nahut is the only interceptor.
He's the DB.
Yep.
Wow, doesn't know what that is.
To be fair,
Defensive back.
with his size, he's actually probably a strong safety.
But besides, he's a fucking linebacker. It's not a fucking safety.
Nah. No, because he's invisible until he hits you in the dick. If that doesn't sound like a safety, I don't know what does.
Green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of Shadow, stand down.
Skyva is definitely a punter.
Let us play a game.
She's fucking tiny.
Passing to Murdoch.
Let me tear into you.
Emmy?
Distortion. It's pushed.
Passing to Zia. Oh, boss has it. Zia was under him, I think.
Yeah, it was too far up his ass.
Alright, I'm guessing entrance. I have no idea. I guessed correctly.
Hi, Magic.
I got defeated by nail.
That is another mine that you stood in.
Now this middle thing also, this whirlwind does damage, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
This really hurts. Could somebody reveal the boss?
No.
We're all dead.
I'm just sitting here popping DCDs.
I didn't hear no bell.
Hey, yo, Adrian. I wish I could do Rocky voice. That'd be fantastic.
I can. I'm really good at it too. You
You sound like a fucking retarded dog.
That's Stallone.
Active stroke patient.
That is what Stallone sounds like.
I don't disagree, but I don't like it either.
His most favorite,
Damn it.
his most famous line.
Yeah, you suck.
Dude, I'm tired.
You need to eat some dicks, Zia. What is going on?
So I'm hungover as shit. I drove like 6 hours back home today. I'm
Where
tired.
were you this weekend?
I was in Omaha with my family.
It's only a
God damn
6-hour
it.
drive.
He was getting chocolate wasted.
Yeah.
Chocolate wasted. Is that white girl wasted but off of chocolate liqueur?
I did have an espresso martini last night. That was good.
An espresso martini? Is that just an espresso with alcohol in it?
It's a delicious cocktail.
So it's Kahlua, vodka, and espresso. And then
Nespresso
you,
or espresso?
espresso.
Espresso.
And then when you shake it up, it gets a layer of foam on top. And then if you want to be all fancy pants, you can put some coffee beans on the top.
Never take
Yeah.
uppers and downers at the same time.
Unless it's Red Bull and vodka.
Jaeger bombs are disgusting.
Wait,
Jaeger
Zia,
bomb.
you were drinking that, or?
Yeah.
Perfect. You have
Hey,
great
let's see if we
taste.
can get a phase 2.
1 second, I'm watching the video to make sure I have something right. It's like, yep, okay, yeah. So Murdoch, if you're getting hit by pins and nails, you're not standing quite right. So if I'm on entrance, it's this little wedge between the grates that you want to be on, as tight into the center as you can be without standing in something that will hurt your face.
Yeah.
And then if we don't, and then just as soon as you get the taunt, you're gonna go due straight into the corner of this right here. That should be a safe path. There is going to be there's highly likely to be bad shit around here that has its radius. So if you're kind of edged towards the front here, you can get clapped. And if you have to sort of migrate in, like if I have them far enough out that you're having difficulty taunting, make sure that you step into the pane in the middle and forward to get in range. Don't cut through there.
Okay.
Alright. Reorienting, oriented. Ready, check out. Green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
The hell was that?
Son of Shadow, stand
I
down.
just shoved a whole double quarter pounder in my mouth. And then hiccuped as I swallowed half of it.
Passing to Murdoch.
Passing Demi.
Distortion.
Got it.
Passing.
I fucking hate Nahut. He always looks like he's fucking in the
Passing
wrong-
Azia.
So I want to be right here.
It's not entrance this time. So yes, I think you were in correct position.
That's indeed, Brandon.
Everyone stack on me. Everyone stack on me. Distortion. That's Murdoch's taunt.
Nope. There was a pin. I was in the wrong location.
So
I needed to go to another area, and yeah.
So Wild.
Yep.
Why is he doing reflexive slice there? Are you taunting him back?
So that's when Murdoch taunts him, because we're doing a tank swap there.
That's why we have to stand on wild, so we're not getting cleaved.
Yeah, so as soon as Energized Slice goes out, you start stacking on me, because the next thing he's going to do is Mass Distortion, which that just puts a debuff on me. That's a me mechanic. You don't have to worry about it. It won't hurt you. And while he's doing that cast, Murdoch is taunting. And as soon as he finishes casting Mass Distortion, he's going to turn around and blast towards Murdoch, and you need to be not in that. So as soon as you see Energized Slice, wait for that cast to complete, and then stack on me.
You can also
So
rebound
me getting hit with reflexive slice meant I was
In the wrong position.
Okay.
Yes.
I was on part of the
When
side.
he casts Mass Distortion, in that instance, you run through the boss.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you plan on rebounding a energized slice, just call it out, so I know not to do it.
Okay, real quick.
I'm taking the second one.
So I am going always and forever here.
Hang on, I'm not in the room. Yes, relative to the boss. Obviously, it's flipped 180 if I'm exit, not entrance. But that's your.
So if you're exit, where am I going then?
So if I am set up
Am I
here,
going here because.
yes.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
So you would be going
here.
heel marker is where you end up.
So then I start here.
Yep.
Okay. So if this is exit and that is entrance.
Yes.
Tank marker is entrance. Tail marker is exit.
Yes.
Cool.
That's your
I'm
final destination.
really gonna fuck this up for a while until I figure that out.
Yeah.
Just get prepared, DPS. Inhalers.
So how I do it is because it's the same relative to the boss. Is I'm the one that has to do the orienting. For you, it's just you are canted off. So the boss is going to be, he's on your left. You're on the third platform around from the boss.
On my right, you mean?
No. So boss is here. So if you're facing that way, he's off towards your left a little bit, and you're on the third.
If I'm looking towards the middle and the boss is over there,
yeah. I was thinking if I'm looking towards entrance. But yes, you can always just orient off the boss, and it'll be the same either way. It's my job to make the decision here. Yep.
I am gonna fuck this up.
And if you want to see an example of it in the video I linked, it's at about.
Oh yeah, I'll watch that video extensively this week with my wife.
It's about 105 to 115 is when they do that transition. All right, ready to check out?
Zio, is that your usual terminal thingy? You want to go clockwise one?
I just pick one.
Nom and I are very possessive of our terminals.
Green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of Shadow, stand down. Mortals, let us play a game.
Passing to Murdoch.
Let me tell
Passing to Emmy.
Distortion.
Distortion.
Why can't I move?
Passing.
Good push.
Backing up ever so slightly.
Passing Izia.
I see something at exit.
Entrance or exit?
Entrance.
I want to go there, so I'm standing here.
To my eyes, you look like you're positioned correctly.
Why am I?
Energize
I'm
slice.
taking damage because I'm.
Passing to. Trying to pass to Brandon.
Yeah, that should be good. You may, yeah.
Like,
You were wiggling.
I was trying to stand
What
on.
happened? Did I fuck up?
You were a little late on the taunt, but that's my fault for not calling shit out. And then Brandon got the candle spiked.
Yeah, I was trying to stand. As soon
wiggling.
as you energize slice, that's when we walk to you, right?
Wait until
Like,
it completes, because you don't want to get
Yeah,
caught in the
yes, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, soon as. So you should wait to pass to me after we stack Zia.
How long does that buff on his last?
It's like 15 seconds, 17 seconds, something like that.
Okay.
And while that energized slice that you're going to take at that point, I'll have rebounders up.
Oh, okay. Then I will stop popping a DCD there.
As long like he has to be obviously if you're not standing within like 5 meters of him. You were that time, but there's a couple times when you're not.
At that point, I will be within 5 meters because he won't cast it until he catches up to me. So like I run as far as I can to buy as much time as I can, and then he walks up to me and he will either go straight into Energized Slice or auto and then Energized Slice, but either way he won't start that little attack sequence until he's within 4 meters of me.
That sentence had too many syllables. Apologize!
This is why I have soundboards turned off on my server.
A great character.
Mr. Sparkle?
I thought that was Torque from Borderlands.
It might be, but it's the same voice actor as Hercule from Dragon Ball. Hey, you know what? It's probably that, honestly. But I had been waiting to use that for Wild when he did. I was going to use it earlier when he was doing the explanation. But I was like, yeah, I don't really want to undercut the seriousness of the explanation.
But yeah, don't pass until after we stack.
On Wild?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's usually like right after the energized slice. That's usually around when you're passing to me. So just wait till after we're all stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, check out. Green board, pulling in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of Shadow. Stand down. Mortals, let us play a game.
Passing to Murdoch.
Let me tear into you.
Emmy coming at you.
Distortion.
Pass.
That's pushed.
Zia passing to you.
Go entrance.
Thank you. Stack on me. Distortion.
Hey,
That time
suggest
doesn't-
me. I got it. Doing it.
So defeated with pin well after I had stopped moving and he was coming at me?
Not sure then.
He might just be racist or something. Just really has it out for you.
I am Mandalorian. I really will say I do like that the game did keep that bit of lore in there, that Mandalorians aren't a race of people, but a culture of people. By the way, why is there an "oh look, a strawberry"
Oh, Jesus Christ.
on
We
your
were talking
Discord?
about You're on Thursday.
Is that? I was asking Wild if that was actually the reason.
Jaxa.
That was something that, yeah, Jackson and Sid started doing it.
Did they have
That's it.
permission?
Button.
They have permission
I-
to
Speaking
do
of,
that?
was it Saturday?
Evidently.
Yeah, Saturday we broke Jeff.
Yeah, we did. We cracked him like a fucking egg.
What
Yeah,
happened?
Jeff was laughing like he's just smoked a bunch of pot. He just couldn't stop. It was really funny.
What happened?
That sounds adorable.
Ready, check out.
I don't know what was said, but yeah, I just remember we just broke Jeff, whatever we said.
Juiced Emmy. Emmifer. Green board.
Pulling in 3, 2, 1.
I am unchained. No, son of Shadow. Stand down. Mortals, let us play a game.
Passing.
Let me tear into you.
Passing.
Wow. Distortion.
Ah, I fucked up. This is silly that I'm still taking all this damage.
Zia passing to you.
Exit.
Yep.
Let's go into this one. Right?
Yes, I think so.
I will rebound with this energized slice.
No. Apparently I was wrong.
Got it.
Before darkness.
Oh, I think what killed you